We are excited and want to invite you to the Wonder of Learning 100 Languages of Children exhibit from Reggio Emilia. It's coming to Boston mid-June through mid-November.
We're especially excited because Boston University and Wheelock College are coming together as one institution to host this event here in Boston at the Wheelock College of Education and Human Development.
I think the Reggio exhibit, which will be coming to Wheelock, will provide exactly the kinds of models that the whole country desperately needs to see what children are capable of when we understand their development, when we take it seriously, when we train professionals to work with children to promote their optimal development.
We knew about being child-centered, but we didn't know about the thoughtful, reflective thinking about children's thinking in the same way. But Reggio helped really to rivet our attention on what was happening in the group. What was the interaction between the children? How are they building on one another's knowledge? What assumptions were they making that might lead to some interesting and challenging exploration that we might do? And so organizing the curriculum based on what was happening in the classroom, looking deeply, documenting carefully, reviewing with colleagues, communicating about where we might go next. That is what Reggio did for what was child-centered, open-ended education.
What Reggio offers, and really the way that we are thinking about it in Boston, is that we want for children to have a multitude of entry points and experiences. And so really listening, observing children carefully, noticing how they're approaching materials, opportunities, ideas is something that I would really guide teachers to do from the get-go. So really documenting what kids are doing.
So when I went to visit Reggio Emilia, I watched how they actually put the kids' learning process into something that they can see. It's actually on a flyer. And so the kids can walk around and see where they started, where they were at one point, and then what the finish line looks like.
By listening to kids, teachers are better able to sort of guide opportunities for kids.
So a lot of our work is not just providing great activities for kids, but we really want to also want to model great learning environments and experiences for young children in which they're learning, and at the same time help their parents to understand why those types of experiences are important in what children are learning. It's the adults who don't have long attention spans. Children, again, given materials, time, space, spend a lot of time exploring, trying out new things, watching what their friends are doing, going back and remodeling, etc., and building their own knowledge.
Tip the balance of the responsibility for learning to the learner. The heart of what makes the schools of Reggio Emilia so powerful, it has to do with the ideas and the fact that children are really heard and have the chance to listen to each other, and they're heard by their teacher.
We think about a much more regimented approach in Boston that's more sort of didactic in its sort of ways, and we don't really spend enough time listening to kids and understanding who they really are. So I think that the ideas that come from Reggio can really inspire teachers to think about who kids really are, what are they thinking about, what do they want to learn, how do they want to learn.
If they're coming to school and asked to sit in desks and do nothing but look at a pencil and paper all day when they're 4 and 5, I can't imagine that they're going to be very excited about school when they become young adults.
This is a pretty unique opportunity to explore some really powerful examples and stories of children's learning, and to do that here in Boston, and to be able to do that in conversation with educators from across different contexts, from different schools, from community-based settings, from public schools, family child care providers. We're going to be offering many different opportunities for those groups to come together in dialogue and to be inspired by the ideas they're seeing in the exhibit.
It's a critical moment for Boston as we think about expanding early childhood and investing in early childhood and committing our public dollars towards early childhood, we know from the research that we have to do it well in order for it to be effective.
So it's not just for those who have been studying this work for a long period of time, but a broad-based way across contexts for those working in many different neighborhoods and communities and types of programs.
When you go to the Reggio exhibit, you will be inspired to transform your practice if you're a practitioner. As a parent, I think you'll be inspired to advocate for better schools. If you're a policymaker, I think you'll be inspired to better position resources to support high quality education.
The inspiration of Reggio Emilia is very, very powerful, and we really feel that everyone who comes will definitely go away feeling that wonder of learning.
So please check the website, wonderoflearningboston.org, for information, and this video also includes the hours and dates, but it is free to the public, and we welcome you to come visit us.